Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Yo, welcome to the Rap Delites podcast, home of organic hip-hop commentary, no gossip, no cultural appropriation, just the raw shit. I'm your host and moderator, Vigor Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouth Podcast himself, Hollywood Hoagie, the Neighborhood Hope Dilla, bringing you all the Rap Delites podcast. Yeah! I got one question for the audience. Are you fuckers ready to pod? Y'all ready to pod?
We ready to pod. We here.
Oh, my
we here in the
God,
room. Like,
huh?
stop. No,
Here we go with the bullshit.
We here.
All right.
We here. Chrissy got gloves on. About to put my gloves on.
She about to strangle us. She like OJ over there. Isotoners?
Put my batting gloves on and shit.
I don't know, but you can use your phone with them, though.
They isotoners. You didn't choke them off.
It's 9 degrees in Philadelphia, y'all. Everybody listening. It's cold.
All right, so let me introduce you to your host over here. We got my brother over there, TSK1, artist extraordinaire. How you doing today, brother? How your week been?
Peace. Very productive, very up and down, very all over the place, you know.
Up and down, up and over the place. Everything good?
You know what I mean? Car still hates me.
Yeah. Like everybody else. Right?
No, everybody don't hate me. That car wants me.
Yeah, you want a piece of you?
Yeah.
A piece of your pocket.
That too.
Yeah, that's what it do. That's what the fuck it do. You know what I mean?
Just in my pocket, just chilling.
You know the craziest shit about cars? Like my car, when I got my car, I had more problems with my car when I was paying, because I had a note on it when I first got it. And sometimes it would fuck up, and I would have problems, and I would have to fix it, then pay the note, then pay the car insurance. Now I don't got no note on it. Nothing happens to the car now. It rides like a dream. I turn it on, and it just keeps going, and no problem. I wanted the bro. I'm like, this is when you're supposed to break down. I ain't got no note now. See, I got the extra cheese.
Apparently, with this particular model that I have, you know, General Motors really did a number on the on the consumer. What it is, right? You have to put this vehicle up and detach like 4 bolts to be able to access the transmission, to check the transmission fluid. Mm-hmm. You got to put it on a lift.
To check the transmission fluid?
You got to put it on a lift.
I never check transmission fluid anyway. I just let the guys do it.
That's
Who you go?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But either way, you can't, like, if you know how to do it, you can't
gotta
do it. Get it up on a lift.
You gotta get a lift. Well, I don't really deal in cars like that. I could change a tire if it's flat, if I'm on the side of the road.
Sure.
Or some shit like that, or I can change.
I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I can change oil, but I don't necessarily change oil. I go and get my oil changed. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be underneath a car on all day Saturday getting that shit done. Sorry, that's not me.
I'm an advocate. If you can do it, you should do it.
I'm an advocate for that too.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes time is money, and I don't have the time, so I'd rather pay the money. So I gotta go and I gotta go do other shit. Y'all do this, and I'm out.
And I ain't even talking about that. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, damn, like, if I wanted to, I still gotta get that thing up on the lift.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. So other than the car hating you, everything good?
Yeah, I'm amazing.
That's what's up. TSK1, everybody. You know what I'm saying? We got my sister over here, Chrissy Mac. Mac, what's good?
What's up, yo? We campaigning Bricks new release.
There you go. Shout out to Big Brick.
3, we got
No, you gotta say the whole title, not the
New York Weekend 3 Rataways.
Yo, that shit cracks me up every time I hear it. New York.
So
we
got radio play on Shade 45. We got radio play down in Miami. So we just campaigning. We trying to get it everywhere.
Miami's a big market. People don't really. I mean, even before like all of the Rick Rosses and shit like that, Miami was always a big market for hip hop, and people don't really know that. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Miami. You know what I mean? I know y'all watching and everything like that. Shout out to everybody watching in Texas. Houston, Texas, everybody around the tri-state area, Atlanta. Shout out to you guys, everybody there, everybody listening on Spotify, everybody watching on YouTube, everybody watching on Facebook, everybody watching or listening on iHeartRadio. We want to give y'all all a special shout out. Peace. What's good? What's good? All right, we're gonna get into the shits. All right. Snoop apologized to Gayle King. You know that Snoop went on a rant on when Gayle King asked those questions about Kobe Bryant, and everybody. I mean, people were giving Snoop a little bit of shit about that also. Yeah. And then Snoop subsequently apologized to her, and then she accepted the apology. Did you hear about that, TSK?
I have. But I haven't heard that she accepted yet.
Yeah, she did.
So she formally
accepted it and basically apologized. She didn't. She knew that she didn't know that the questions were going to engender that kind of response and everything like that. And I mean, it was a whole. It was a heat of the moment thing, you know what I mean? And all parties involved were just like, let's just take a step back, you know what I mean?
Well, shout out, and I like to commend Snoop in that regard, just for standing up and owning his shit.
Yeah.
And just,
that was big of him.
Owning that shit when you wrong, you wrong.
Yeah.
Go get it, fix it.
Yeah. That's big of Snoop Dogg. So shout out to Snoop Dogg for doing that, and shout out to Gayle King for accepting his apology and everything like that. This is all piggyback on a lot of shit we was talking out on last episode. So if you get a chance to check out last episode, you can check this out and everything like that. Chrissy Mack, did you hear about the apology?
Yes, I heard about the apology.
You know what I mean? Were you supportive?
Yeah, because though, I mean, you can call somebody out in a different type of fashion than, putting a threat on their life.
Yeah, and calling them all kinds of derogatory names and stuff like that.
So, standing up for one thing, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Threatening somebody, now you opening up for a whole host of other problems.
Yeah, and then she was getting like death threats on the internet and stuff like that. It was just a whole heated thing that didn't need to go to that level, and it did. It didn't have to. But shout out to Snoop for apologizing. Shout out to Gayle King for accepting the apology. We need our black brothers and sisters, kings and queens, working together, not against each other.
And what it would have said, quickly and lastly, that after having a conversation with his mom, Snoop, with his mother, that he basically, he saw the errors of his ways. It's just like any black woman can make you, put you in the right spot, man. No, you got to go fix that.
Yeah, you need that. Like a lot of the sad thing about it is a lot of brothers out here don't have that. You know what I mean? They don't have that woman. Like if they got a woman in their life, it's probably their mom or their girl. You know what I mean? Something like that. And sometimes you don't take the same kind of thing from your mom or your girl or whatever like that. Like me and my mom's relationship is different from other people's moms and their relationship. Yeah, so when I get my checks from Bree, you know what I mean? That's who I get my checks from. And I know if she says something about it, that means I really went too far, because Bree's a fucking loose cannon anyway. So if Bree say yo Var,
shout out to Bree.
Yeah, you know I mean Var. You know what I mean? You fuck that. Don't like. Then I'll be like, all right, I mean, maybe I should calm down. So what I mean? Shout out to that. Did y'all hear about the dudes? Wait, let me real quick.
Put some theme music.
Yeah, I gotta get some theme music on. Where is that? Well, I mean, here we go.
Niggas is fucking crazy.
Woo! All right.
This shit is appropriate.
Yo, so these two dudes was down. Let me. Where is the whole fucking article at? When I heard this shit, I was like, "This fucking shark niggas." Fucking shark niggas.
Shine on your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
So there was two dudes, right, posing as Wu-Tang Clan members, scamming a hotel for more than $100,000. Y'all, did y'all read this article? Did y'all hear about this shit?
I just read it.
Yeah. like what the like?
And I've been seeing it all week.
This shit is so funny to me that motherfuckers could actually still pull like. But this just goes to show you that a lot of these motherfuckers don't even know who the Wu-Tang is.
Conman shit?
Yeah, like they don't even like these. I'm looking at these dudes. They don't look like no member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
They said they was with Rock Nation. They was telling the hotels they was with Rock Nation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, they say they're from Rock Nation. They said they pretended to be Wu-Tang members.
Maybe like were they like original members or like them affiliates? Them.
Listen, you gotta be fucking.
unicorns.
You got to be Raekwon the chef in the flesh in order for me to fork over
Killer
some money to
Army?
you. Yeah, so you got to be Raekwon in this flesh. I need to see you. You need to have a purple tape in your hand. You know what I mean?
The 677th assassin.
Yeah, all that shit. It was just so funny to me hearing about it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like motherfuckers can get away with
It was
this
like some
kind of
real
shit?
con man shit, like some scam
some
shit.
calm shit.
It's like the dudes that rent some expensive car, right, to go to like a party who's really nobody's, and then like all the groupies flock to them because they think they somebody because they see the expensive car because they said they was rolling around in Rolls Royce and shit like that. So
Yeah.
That they rented.
what you call it, that syndrome or the effect. This is a word.
I
for
forget
that.
what it's
But
called.
you know
but I
what I'm talking about, something like that.
Listen. You go down to places like let's say me, Ty, and Sam and Guido go down to the Dominican Republic or Brazil. Just us. We go down there with like sweatsuits on and gold chains. They're gonna automatically assume we rappers. Automatically.
Yeah.
They don't have to know what rapper you are. They're gonna see you. You black. You got urban gear on. You a rapper. Automatically. And you could play that shit up.
Modern day soul.
You could play that shit all the way up to a lot of those motherfuckers down there. So I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? It was just crazy when I heard about this shit. I'm like, fuck.
I'm surprised they ain't asked for credit card. I mean, you need credit card for a deposit.
Listen, these motherfuckers is dumb out here. You know what I mean?
So what's that easy?
Yeah. We can act like we the Wu-Tang Clan.
Like,
You know what I
I
mean?
can get me a hotel room for the weekend. And so they defrauded like studios, hotels. So what, they like take shit out of there? Or?
No, just stayed and racked up a fucking bill. You know what I mean? Fucking hit the fucking snack bar. You know them peanuts in the snack bar is like $16.
Yeah.
Them macaroons.
But I mean, like if you stay at a resort, you charge everything to the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Oh,
that's what they did.
meals,
All that shit was
everything.
charged to the room. So you can go in there, you open up, you know them little fucking refrigerators.
Little bars and shit.
Yeah, them little bars and refrigerators. You go in there, you eat them fucking peanuts. What's some chocolate covered
No, that shit's be
peanut?
the Andes.
Yeah, them
The little
joints.
mints.
Yeah. No, not the mints. The little chocolate covered nuts that come in a little gold wrapper.
I know what you're talking
You know what you're talking about? $16 for them.
At the hotel I worked at, we didn't have no shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But they charge you $16 for some shit like that.
I know that shit is fucking.
Well, you know what I mean? Shout out to these brothers. They got away with it. They, you know what I mean? Whatever. They didn't get away with it,
I mean,
but
they got 'em.
They got them, but I mean, it was fun while it lasted.
It was like Ghostface and Ray do a video based on that shit. You know what I mean?
Shark niggas. They already did the video. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I mean? Some beef for real.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mace. Last time we were talking about Mace and him coming to Diddy, basically saying he wanted his publishing back, and he offered Diddy $2 million for his publishing.
Yeah, we got a little heated.
And everything like that, and it got into a little debate in here, whatever the case may be. Estimates have come out that Mace's catalog, Bad Boy catalog, or his publishing catalog, is worth about $25 million.
$25 million. So this is way more than he even was willing to pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, shit, if I was Diddy and if I got something that's worth 20, if I paid you 20 grand and for something that's now worth 25 million, you can't give me 2 million, even in good faith. Even in good faith. I'm like, we could be cool and all, but yo, that shit ain't even worth it. They ain't even scratching the surface.
Yeah, but like the article echoed, the backlash based on that dust up. It echoes some of the sentiments that I was talking about. And I'm saying I know how the music industry, how it rock. I know how it get down. But I'm just saying, like, if a man, I'm just asking a question. I'm floating the idea in the air. If a man that is really about what he say he want to be about, be an example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But, black excellence is in black bargains. You know what I mean? Because now you're trying to, like me and you are cool. I would never overcharge you for anything. I'm going to give you the fair market value. And I would hope you would do the same. If you selling me a painting, yeah, Var, I'm going to need...
Here we go with this painting shit again.
Seriously, I'm going to need some... You going to charge me 10 grand for a painting that it didn't take you 10 grand to fucking make or whatever the case may be? Give me a reasonable price. That's friends. You know what I mean? Mace was going to charge Cameron 40 grand to be in the video. That was his man's. Remember that?
Which video?
The horse and carriage
Horse and
video.
Carriage,
And he was on the song, and he told Cam that if you want me to be in a video, it's going to be 40 grand. They grew up together, like me and you. It's business.
That motherfucking Mace is a pisser.
Mace is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Did you hear about the $25 million estimate for that shit? What do you think about that, Chrissy? Should Puff give it to him for $2 million?
Then he's gonna have to go back to everybody else's contract and give up all that money too.
It's a snowball effect.
It's a contract. It's a double-edged sword because where would Mace be if he didn't have a backing by a label? Like people was always like, "Oh, the labels is corrupt, this, that, the third." But okay, the label paid for the album to be made. The label did all the marketing. The label paid all the radio stations to get their shit played. The label licensed out the song, the catalog, to get it everywhere. People, independent artists ain't doing it on their own. Like, I don't care how hot you are. You ain't doing it on your own. So the label is going to take something. Like, nobody's going to sell you a car for cost. Like, everybody's going to do something to get paid. Now, with the age of streaming and all the stuff like that, and the fact that the song been out for a while and now it's worth a lot more, nobody saw the music industry changing the way it has. I mean, he could cut him an extra check on the strength. Yeah. But if he doesn't have to by law, And
even if you go beyond that, even if
that contract, and then if he do, then everybody else on Bad Boy's gonna want it too. So I mean, you could argue it all day long, ethics versus business. You just have to know the record industry. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be signed to a label, they are going to make money off you. That's what they're in business for. And they're going to give you X, Y, Z in return, and you understand that going in. Yeah. You should understand that going in.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Like I said, I remember I was reading the article and I equated it that, like when you talk about the record, it's like, all right, let's say for argument's sake, I'm a gambler. I'm a motherfucker. And I need to get down to the casino because I know I'm gonna go down there and make me some money. But if I don't get down to the casino at a certain time, or whatever the case may be, I need to get somewhere to get my money. I don't know how much I'm going to get, but I need to get there by 5 o'clock. It's 4:30 now, right? Diddy pull up in his car. Yo, you want to ride down there? I can get you down there before 5 o'clock. You like, oh man, you could try to hoof it, but you won't make it. You don't know if you're going to make it by 5 o'clock. You could try to hoof it. You could try to catch the bus, whatever the case may be. He said, oh, if you jump in the car, I'll drive you down there, you give me half. You don't know how much you're going to get when you get down there. He said, all right, fuck it. Drive me down there. I'll give you half. We get down there. He get $1 million. You living in it. You're like, I got $1 million fucking dollars. But now you got to give him $500,000. You know what I mean? You didn't know what you was going to get. You could have kept all that money if you hoofed it. You know what I mean? By yourself. You know what I mean?
That's like a post I seen on Facebook the other day. Your man asked you to borrow $5, right? You give it to him. It's $5. He used the $5 to buy a lottery ticket and win millions. And the debate was, how much does your man owe you? You know what I mean? Does he owe you the $5 or do you split it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a catch. But what I'm saying is, you get what I'm saying, Ty?
I know totally what y'all saying. I mean, it's the market, the value, and whatever the market is determined to be valued at.
Absolutely. So, you know what I mean? I hope I hope Diddy and Mace are able to work this out. But if I know Diddy ain't giving up that catalog for $2 million. I know that for I wouldn't.
No, I mean, no. Why would he? Why should he?
I wouldn't. Nobody would. That ain't good business. That don't make no sense. Yeah. So we're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Chrissy Mack, more Bats. Shout out to my brother Guido sitting over there. What's up, Guido? What's good, man? All right, she ready to go. What's going on, people? I'm Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouse podcaster himself, and you are watching Rap Delites. Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats, that is TSK1, that is Chrissy Mack. We're going to get into, like we always do, every single solitary episode. We talk about what we've been listening to. Might be some new shit, might be some old shit, some shit we just heard. Whatever the case may be, we're here to bring it to you. You know what I mean? We're going to shoot over here to my brother TSK1. What you been listening to? Listen to anything good?
I'm going to give a shout out to Big Daddy Kane on Instagram.
BDK.
Big Daddy King does this grown and sexy
baby
music segment. You know what I mean? But he'll go into like for this particular era, it's like the 80s. Mm-hmm. He'll go deep into shit, and it's not like that shit that commercial shit or that popular cut. He go to that cut that it really get no shine, and he play those. So I've been kind of like just in that bag, just in terms of going back into the donut box.
Okay.
Shout out to Jay Dilla. But what I've been listening to today, I've been listening to a little Billy Paul, little Syl Johnson right here. And I've been listening to a little Whatnots. This right here is Syl Johnson's Is It Because I'm Black? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I've been going deep. But aside from that, I gotta do a correction. Mm-hmm. From the brother that I featured on last episode, and his beats and his music. I should know this about getting names fucked up.
TSK about to get us sued.
Tell me about it. So,
TSK about to get us sued over here, playing whole records and shit.
I
want my daddy's records.
But no, I gotta do a correction.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I should know better for me getting my name fucked up.
Your name is Tisk1, right?
Nah, negative. Negative. It's not Tisk1. It's TSK1.
TSK1. I get it now.
So yeah, the brother that I featured, you know, that I wanted to show some love to and get some light to on last episode, and I said Rada Blizz. Nah, that's wrong. And this is brother's beats that was fucking beautiful and ill and epic that I brought, you know, to light.
So his name ain't Rada Blizz?
It's not Rada Blizz, and I don't want to keep saying that.
Okay, so what's his name?
Rod the Blizz.
There you go.
See how I got fixed.
There you go. You fixed it. And
we ain't gonna get sued for playing this shit.
It's like Tisk1. You fixed it.
I fixed it.
Now it's TSK1.
So it's Rod the Blizz. And
okay.
It's some of brother's beats. And I told him, I said, you know, I should know better, and I know all too well. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'll fix it, bro.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Shout out to Rod the Blizz.
Yeah,
and
y'all can check him out. Rod the Blizz on Instagram. IG got some of the dopest ass beats.
It's funny because when, like I was telling TSK1 when he sent me the information and I looked him up on social medias and stuff like that. I'm like that don't look right. like that don't look right for what you were saying. When I was reading, I was like,
and I can remember, I'm like, I think I got it right, because when me and Ray talking sometimes, you know, he was like.
And then sometimes in verbiage, it translates different when you're talking. You know what I mean? So, you and Ray probably was drinking a little bit. You know what I mean?
So you know what I mean? I said, you know what? I feel some type of way. I'ma straighten that out.
Well, you know what I mean? Shout out to Rod the Blizz.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? What you got over there, Guido? Pork rinds? Come on, man. You can't be bringing pork rinds up in here. That shit'll kill you.
Yeah, leave the hog alone.
Pork rinds. That's his shit. That's his shit. Anyway, all right. We done went off on the whole pork rind tantrum. I'm trying to figure out how they ended up in my fucking house. You know what I mean? Go up there and be chitlins up there. All right, so Rod the Blizz.
Rod the Blizz.
Rod the Blizz. There we go.
Yeah. I should fucking know better.
All right, we're going to shoot over here to my sister Chrissy Mack. What you been listening to, Chrissy Mack, as if I don't know?
I've been listening to Big L. Today is the anniversary of his untimely passing. Rest in peace. One of the greatest.
Yeah.
One of the greatest.
You fucked with Big L back in the day, TSK1?
I fuck with Big L big time. You know what I mean? You know, Street Struck is my shit, man. It like Big L, it was just you can see how big it was. How big it was, how big it was getting, and how big it was going to get. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Big L.
Shout out to DITC, Big L. I remember first hearing Big L. Like, I didn't hear any of the real recorded stuff that he did, All of the stuff that I really heard from him was like shit that he did on like radio stations and mixtape shit, freestyle shit. That's the shit I heard.
No,
you know what I mean? I heard I subsequently listened to the records and stuff like that, but that was the shit that made me, because I remember he had a John. It was this freestyle he had with him and Jay. And he
that joint is one of the that shit is fucking epic.
And he was in there fucking smashing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I came up on him. It was this guy that I had worked with, and I used to drive him home after work, and he would not let me play nothing in the car but Big L. That's it. If I ever tried to play anything,
he was one of those, huh?
Yeah, he was one of them, and it was like, I was like, wow. Like the first time I heard him, I was like, wow.
And you know, it's funny. It's crazy. You stuff like hearing something in a wheel gives you a totally different experience. Have you noticed
Absolutely.
that? Have you noticed
Absolutely.
that? I remember when the first time. I remember when Lil Wayne was out for like years doing the Hot Boys shit, all that shit for years, and I did not fuck with Wayne at all. I didn't fuck with the shit he did with the Hot Boys, that wobble, all that shit. I didn't fuck with none of that shit. Now, did you fuck with it?
I never fuck with it.
Yeah,
I still don't fuck with it.
I'm not a Lil Wayne fan, but I think it was one of the Carter albums. The CD in my fucking car, not.
Listen, I remember one time I was. Let me just pull it.
I didn't have that. I didn't, get that exposure.
Yeah. See. And I want to get the album right. I'm not even going to play it. I want to get the album right, so I know that's the exact album. Because he had a ton of albums before that particular album. And I was going to work. It was like fucking 5:30 in the morning. I was heading down to Temple, getting ready to go to fucking work. And this dude that worked down, he like drove by. And he was like, yo, you work down Temple, right? And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? And he was like, is this it? Yeah, this one, the Carter 2. So he had the fucking Carter 2 in the fucking car. And he played Hit Me. He played this. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, yo, who is? He's like, this Lil Wayne. I'm like, that's Lil Wayne? And I was like, yo, this shit, that very day, it was a little record store down there on Temple campus. I went and bought that shit. That very fucking day, I was like, yo, I need that shit. You know what I mean? So hearing something in the wheel will give you a whole different perspective on some shit. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Lil Wayne ain't what I was listening to. That was just me.
That's like I said. I had that one CD that somebody else bought and left it in my car, and that shit knocked, so it got rotation.
Yeah. So Big L. What I've been listening to, I'm still listening to Jazz-O.
What's that joint called?
Jazz-O. Let me pull up some Jazz-O. This is Warm Up. Jazz-O. And like I said, it's funny how listening to this album, I know that they came up together and everything like that. It's reminiscent of old Jay-Z. You know what I mean? That the flow of it. You know what I mean? Not the fast Jay-Z, but like when he subsequently got into like rhyming a little slower. Not the topic manner, but the actual flow is reminiscent of Jay-Z's earlier stuff. You know what I mean? But it's
like Reasonable Doubt time.
Like around that time. You know what I mean? And it's a dope album. You know what I mean? I was listening to it again. I'm like, damn, this is good. You know what I mean? Jazz-O's still in his bag. You know what I mean? This. Huh?
Mama, but all I could squeeze out was really not quite that.
I see what you're saying.
Know what I mean? Yeah. That shit, I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, fucking Jazz-O. So I'm Warm Up by Jazz-O. And also, let me get it. Let me get it good. I was listening to this shit dropped earlier this week, and I didn't know what the fuck this was. Did you hear about this, Chrissy? The Benny the Butcher, J Dilla, Butcher and Donuts album?
No.
Well, let's listen to it.
I was busy this week, so I wasn't really.
This dropped on YouTube on the 12th. So that was 3 days ago. And it's just a couple joints, and it's basically some J Dilla beats, some Benny the Butcher vocals, mixed together by, let me get the brothers' names, Altered Crates. He basically blended on some like Grey album shit. You know what I mean?
Wait, so this is a DJ release, or did Benny release this?
No, the Benny ain't released it. This is like
that's
a
why I
DJ
didn't know about it then.
Yeah.
That's a mashup. Okay.
Yeah, this is a mashup. But this has been...
I was gonna say, how did I miss this? Because I know I was working on an album release, but I still was scrolling through my feed as I was working.
And this is all over my feed. This is all over my fucking feed.
I ain't
on mine.
Not until I got here. When you played it.
Yeah, well, there we go. So if you get it, this is on SoundCloud and it's on YouTube. So if you get a chance to check out SoundCloud and YouTube, look up Benny the Butcher and J Dilla Butchering Donuts. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 joints. You know what I mean?
No, that shit, from what I heard sitting here earlier.
It's weird to hear because I'm so used to Benny on some like Alchemist shit. You know what I mean? On that gritty Alchemist, like that's almost like menacing, you know what I mean, type of vibe, whatever like that. So hearing them on stuff like that, it's a lot different, you know what I mean? But it's dope. You know what I mean? It's good that you got DJs out there willing to do shit like this.
And that's all I'm asking for.
You know what I mean?
It's look, DJs that do DJ shit. Be like I'm like, come on, man. I'm tired of the same shit.
See, but the thing about this, listening to stuff like this, it puts me into the mind frame of, I mean, yeah, you got a mashup album like that. That's great. That's cool. And that's dope. But you still got producers out here doing beats that's dope like this. These dudes should be working, not just necessarily Benny the Butcher, but any of these dudes. You know what I mean? And that's what's missing. That's one of the things that's missing from hip hop with me is motherfuckers cross-mogenizing. You know what I mean, with other producers and different people like that, because different producers can bring out a different part of you. So you can be a dude that you know, like somebody that you like Chrissy Mack or TSK1 might not like, and then you hear him on somebody like Pete do a track for him, you be like, damn. You know what I mean?
You know what though? With everybody being independent, they don't have the A&R on the team to make that happen.
Make that happen, yeah.
Because rappers get 1,000 emails a week from producers. A lot of the shit is whack. So, and they don't have time to go through all the beats.
Somebody to sort through the shit.
Right. And then that's the thing too. A lot of people don't want to actually have or build a real team where you have the person to do that too. Yeah. So I mean, like the music industry is.
So you're saying like that, like the construct of the music industry, the construct as far as like
the A&Rs are pretty much gone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The construct, the business practice of the music industry was shit, but the construct worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? The construct worked.
Everybody had a job.
Yeah, everybody's
Everybody
job.
had a job.
That worked. So what we need to do, what you're trying to say is in the independent market, try to integrate some of the construct, like the A&Rs and stuff like that, so these guys can actually get developed and work.
A&Rs we see is always we always see is the keepers at the gate. Mm-hmm. You know, to keep the bullshit out and know when to allow some of the good shit to flow through. Mm-hmm. Of course, A&Rs ain't always. A&Rs miss shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have the ear too. You gotta have the ear. You can't just this is my man's or this person's gonna pay me an extra cut.
You gotta be qualified, you know what I mean? And professional. Exactly. And good at it.
It makes me think about just what just happened at the Grammys where J. Cole just won his first Grammy for that song he did with 21 Savage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This is a song that you liked that song. But you might not have necessarily even, if it was just 21 Savage on there and he didn't have that whole thing going on with his case, you might not even check for it. So cross-mogenization is a great thing for MCs and producers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I just want to see more of that instead of this division inside. Like it makes me think of back when we were talking about Dilla, and I was saying, hey, I got into Dilla later, as opposed to like when he was like, popping or like that. Right. And that was all because, and somebody that questioned me about it, and I was like, but I'm going to elaborate it on the show. That was all because the culture in underground hip hop in Philadelphia, I hated it. I hated the elitism of it. and I didn't want to be a part of it. I hated them
No,
motherfuckers.
that's a good word choice.
It was I hated that shit.
Yeah.
And when you would go to the parties and the clubs and stuff like that, it was on some real elitist shit. And I was like, yo, fuck y'all niggas.
It was like real.
And what y'all listening to?
It was real entitled.
Yeah.
It was almost like to a degree.
Yeah.
That, cats was better than you.
Yeah.
And these were cats like, and it's,
And it was motherfuckers that wasn't even.
You get into hip hop when you get into hip hop, but these cats got into hip hop, where their introduction to hip hop was the low end theory.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, by the time the low end theory came into play, I was throwing records away. Not throwing them away, but not even listening to records no more. So
Right.
I'm like, how you gonna posture in front of me? Like, and that it soured me not only on the scene.
Just want to know, like, I've forgotten about more hip hop than you.
So it soured me on the scene and also on the music they was listening to.
Yeah.
So it subsequently didn't allow me to get into the Dillas and people like Slum Village and stuff like that as early as I could have been. If that makes any sense to y'all. You know what I mean? So that's my case.
No, I was there.
Yeah. We was like, fuck the Aqua Lounge. We going to scooters. That's what we did. We not?
Me and Gwe was talking about scooters all week. Fucking reminiscing about that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
So we're gonna cut through a break. We'll be right back. More Rap the Lights, more TSK1, more Chrissy Mack. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm Bats.
I'm Miss Smith.
and I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap the Lights.
Welcome back to the Rap the Lights podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack. What's up, Mac?
Good.
What's up, TSK1?
Yizzle.
We got a guest on the phone, Kool Kim from the Mighty UMCs. What's up, bruh?
More legends.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's going down?
What's good, brother? How you been, man?
I'm really been well, man. Feeling great. You understand what I'm saying?
That's good.
Really feeling good, man. Happy to be here. Well, let me get it right. I'm happy to be here on Rap the Lights.
There you go.
Right?
Indeed.
Home of organic hip hop commentary. No gossip. No cultural appropriation. All right?
There you go.
There go my drop right there. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. We glad to have you on here, man. You got a new project out, right?
Yes, I do. It's called Demo Music. You know what I'm saying? I just dropped it in November.
Okay.
So, I'm still, I'm throwing this one and that one out there still. But I'm actually already working on the next project. Well, I got two projects coming now. You understand? So the project, I'm working on another Kool Kim project.
Okay.
And like I'm collecting the beats now, starting to, sort it out. And then in the spring, NY Oil will be returning.
Okay.
And so
we were going to
I'll be
ask about
dropping
that.
the NY Oil project as well. Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, what's the difference between Kool Kim and NY Oil?
All right, so Kool Kim, he spread love, brought joy.
Okay.
NY Oil made a man out the boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to, in some ways. So Kool Kim really represented every bit of my hopes and dreams and aspirations and like back in the day, if you remember, UMCs, one of the things we was known for, we smiled and stuff like that, and we took pictures and stuff. I was so happy and proud to be doing this thing, and I never thought I would ever be. I always I wanted to, but I never. You never could know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that I was doing it, man. It was just so amazing, son. Like, you know what I mean? So that Kool Kim was experiencing hip hop, like y'all. Like, I was like, yo, I'm on. I did it. And NY Oil was the result of every bit of my anger and hate and bitterness and disgust at the hypocrisy of things. And NY, but what made NY Oil special is that he don't I don't know, I should tell it to y'all this way. I don't like NY Oil.
Okay.
Because NY Oil is an interruption into my life. You understand what I'm saying? So when he come around, this is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should all get lynched and all of that I did. That was not a good thing, yo. That was a terrible time for me. You understand that I had to be this dude it's really some Dr. Jekyll,
Mr. Hyde type of thing.
Roger that.
Yeah, I was going to say that,
understand?
but I'm glad you said it before I did.
Yeah, no, it is though. It's
Yeah.
and then you mix that with a little bit of The Exorcist. See, you know, in the Yoruba quote unquote religion or spirituality belief system that was ours before we was transported here. What we know of different, not quite gods, but deity type beings. One of which was Shango. You understand? You
Right.
can call me Shango because I speak with thunder, suddenly dispelling the darkness as well as the wonder. Shango speak with thunder and he rain fire and lightning. You understand what I'm saying? And his voice boom. And I believe that Shango felt some kind of way about he not getting his proper penance. You understand what I'm saying? He not getting his proper offerings. And so he just, he used my voice, because I was an easy target because I was so bitter and angry at the things that happened to me as Kool Kim in the UMC. So, and he forced me to do this. So, that's pretty much what's happening now with this project that he insisting come out. You know what I'm saying? It's
Okay.
I really don't want to be bothered with it because I'm having so much fun being Kool Kim again. You know what I'm saying?
It's like appropriate because I was just listening to Billy Paul, War of the Gods earlier. And that's appropriate to what you were saying, just in terms of, Satan and Lucifer, the two gods going to war for the mastery of the mind,
Yeah, and that's the can you imagine if a god is only a god because he's worshipped? Can you imagine the great crime that's committed against these ancient African gods when, a whole mass of their people is just stolen away from them and stripped of their language and their religion and their culture, the drum, man, like they dance, everything taken away from them. And yeah, it worked for the Europeans and the colonizers to get what they was trying to get done completed, but it also worshipped the guys it also worked for the guys that they worship. You understand? Because it just took more from the original gods, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Cass is angry with good reason, man. They trying to move in the way they can move, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy that I'm actually telling you about this. Like, the way I'm talking about, but it's real like that. Like it's really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I real fast. I recall when I was doing and when I did Y'all Should All Get Lynched, right? I was like, yo, I sat with my wife and my kids, and at the time, man, they might have been like 10, 12, 8, 10, and 12, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do, and yo, this could be a problem because I had did the video and I had put people faces on the video and the whole nine. The original video had like 50 Cent and this one and that. Oh, yeah, everybody, you know what I'm saying? I was coming at all these people.
Oh.
And I was like, yo, this could be a problem, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do this because the spirit is calling me to do this. Like, I'm going to do this. And they was like, my oldest son and my wife was like, nah. Like, nah, don't do this. My wife was like, nah. And her bill would eventually come to pass, which was, yo, you gonna do this for your people. Like, I know what your intentions are. I know what you're trying to do. But they're gonna give you their ass to kiss. You know what I'm saying? And when it's darkest, they're not gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna be us. And we gotta suffer that. You know what I'm saying? But my youngest son and my daughter's my rider. Like, she ride with anything I'm doing. Like, that's daddy's little girl business, big time, right? So she's like, nah, Dad, do what you gotta do. She's a little kid though, you know what I'm saying? But from the mouths of babes, right? You know what I'm saying? She's like, yo, you stand up and do what you gotta say. And then my youngest son was like, yo, who's gonna, I think you should do that because who's gonna stand up for us? Right. And that put the nail in the coffin, and I did that. So, but what would happen is I suffered from first man in the door. So, if you bum rush somebody's house, you know what I'm saying? Not that I've ever done this, but suffice to say, if you bum rush somebody's house, the first person through the door is the first person to get shot. You understand? So, I was, at that time, I became that first person because wasn't nobody talking about no conscious nothing at that point.
Indeed.
Wasn't even no term like conscious. That wasn't even the thing. Woke and all that didn't exist. People calling people coons and all that. Like, that wasn't happening. So when I did that, I was that first dude, but I had to suffer the consequences of being a person speaking so boldly, man.
You're a pioneer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
begrudgingly, man, and it came with, it came at a cost, man. That's real talk. Like, a lot of people make everything sound dope because everybody be like in the front for people, but man, that ain't my world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it created a difficult scenario for me that reverberates to this day.
You're spoken like a true MC. You know.
Thank you.
The next project that you're coming out with, who are you working with as far as production?
My man Butu, you know what I'm saying, aka Bukowski, who actually is Haas G, the cat I ran with UMCs.
Yes, sir.
So Haas
his little brother.
His little brother.
That's his younger brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know Haas G was doing a lot of production and stuff like that. Have you and him been working on anything together?
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. You know, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not, I don't want you to say nothing you don't want to say, but I know he did. All I know is he did production. I know you just mentioned 50 Cent. I know he did production with Lil Kim and 50 Cent on Magic. Yeah. So I just wanted to know if he was going to be working with you. Nah, man. I don't see it happening, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, son is trying to do. Like, let me say, let me say first and foremost, that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? That's my friend. Like, I remember when we was younger, man, this cat, you know what I'm saying, the one fight I lost, the dude snuffed me, bang, bang, bang. Yo, you know what I'm saying, in front of my buildings, you know what I'm saying, he's out there in the whole nine, nobody doing. This cat ran from Stapleton to where I live by the boat, St. George, back in the day, I don't live there no more, but, he ran, him and his brother came up there, hooked it up there, because they had no bus fare, made their way up there to hold me down, even though it already transpired, it was there for me, like, so, that's my man, like, I'll never forget those types of things and the friendships and the things we went through together as kids, you know what I'm saying? But, my brother want to do something for himself and he's trying to find his own way to achieve his own personal goals and make his own identity, you know what I'm saying? And, unfortunately it comes at the detriment of the property that we already own, you understand what I'm saying? So, where you got a lot of groups from our era that's out touring, doing their thing, we're not really doing any of that kind of stuff because cats has got to do their thing. So, it's disappointing because there's so many people that grew up loving UMCs that I've come to find. And so, that's sad. And I really feel like, as a point of redemption for the UMCs, where I feel like we got a bum rap as a group. I feel like, because,
why you feel that way about y'all getting a bum rap as a group?
Well, it was just synchronicity of the situation. If you think about it, at the time that we came out right at that transition from, where innovative hip hop, was starting to get called happy rap. So, you had when everybody started mean mugging and tough guying it, you know what I'm saying? So, it was almost, like it was frowned upon to just get busy and be unique and interesting.
Have fun.
And, so, and then as a result, and then what's ill is that all these cats was talking tough. We was the only one that was like, yo, set it off on the record label. Like, like we was the only ones that did. And then the funny thing was, all these tough guys that was doing all this tough guy stuff, right? Don't none of them get blackballed. UMC's, UMC affiliates, let's say, well, whoop out the president of Wild Pitch Records. We got blackballed. Cats they're like, oh my God, don't let them up there. They're savage. I was like,
you talking about Stuart Fine?
Yes, the bastard. May he rot in hell, yo. May he rot in hell, and everybody birthday genial just have a misfortune, son. Like. And I'm gonna tell you, let me say that, I'm a little verbose, so pardon me, man. I don't mean to be long with this stuff like that. But let me say this, fam. Like I was listening to one of the Rap Delites joints, and y'all was alluding to this. Well, y'all wasn't alluding. Y'all was talking about Mace and P Diddy and stuff like that, and y'all was building on that. And I was hearing where y'all was coming from in that build. Like I understand that perspective, but y'all was off point. I think y'all was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at what y'all saying, like I understand where you're coming from, so I guess right and wrong is not the issue. Just let me offer you a different perspective.
Yeah, as an artist and somebody that was there.
Yeah. So let's talk. Right. So in our community, fam, we've been blocked off from doing a lot of the things that we should be able to do as a people, right? So, you know, in terms of building industry, and Black Wall Street burn. Every time we start building something, they find a way to destroy it and, you know, keep us from progressing. They try to act like we ain't doing it, but it's not that we ain't doing what we're supposed to do. Every time we make a move, they do something to undermine that, you know what I'm saying, quite violently too. Well, the one export that Black America has that's $1 billion industry is this entertainment.
That's
You understand? So now, when you have artists that are robbed of their publishing, robbed of their mechanicals, and you got to understand something, man. A lot of people be talking stuff like, "Yo, that's their fault. They should have signed the art. They should have signed you know, they should have read the contract." Yo, fam, how many brothers you know is coming out of whatever, and they know contract law?
None of them.
Contracts is written to be confusing. It's been written so that you had to go to law school to understand the jargon. Therefore, and I'm a very like if you seen my like some of them, you'll see that I got a wall full of books that I read. I'm a learned person all through my life. Be that as it may, this is a different animal, and it's run specifically to do a specific job. It's done to jerk people, and they've been jerking Black people since Black people been in the music business. So what happens is, and this is why this is an issue, because what you're doing is you're stopping young Black men and women from developing generational wealth. So now all these rappers had entourages, right? They they peoples that they was rolling with. You understand? So this is all wealth that now, you know how we say each one teach one? Each one had 5, 10, 20 cats with them. Now they can't even pay and develop a good economics within their ecosystem. Now these same rappers, because they ain't getting no worthwhile, and then, you know, some of them was young and they was tricking their money and all that. That's the nature of being young and broke, man. When you young and broke, you get a little money, you owe yourself $1 million worth of BS just to try to get your mind sane again. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah, we had that conversation.
You feel me? And then so now here it is though. But after a time, they was going to balance themselves, and there was enough intelligent young men and women that was making this music that you would have had a generation of people that would have been able to put their kids through worthwhile schools. You understand? Educate them, developing generational wealth that would have passed on to a generation prepared to deal with that wealth. Now think about it here in the days of Trump. And now we got this clown Bloomberg running. Oh, yeah. That you would have had educated young men and women right now in the voting block, in the demographic that could address this, that would have been in position. You understand? You could have, you know, and we don't have that. And we don't have that because, yo, cats jerk people. And it's even more deplorable that a Black man would jerk another Black man that way, and be like, "Yo, fam, all right, so I done made a grip off this. I done killed the game with this. His publishing checks are absolutely disgusting. You heard? From all these artists that he jerked. Now he could have been like, "Yo, fam, listen, man, $2 million, my man, take your stuff back, man. You created it. You willing to pay me to get yours back? That really, I shouldn't have had it. I shouldn't have had that to begin with." Yo, there's a point in like, all right, so I owned the bar, right? And in owning the bar, I had learned something about business, like real business. Like, you know, people be talking about, I'm a consultant. I mean, that ain't no business. A business is when you got to pay electric, you got to pay, you know, it's like, that's when you paying rent, that's a business. You understand what I'm saying? You have real whole overhead. So what I had learned, man, when I opened the bar, and I had like $15,000, you know what I'm saying? And I had to open this joint, right? And there's a point in a business that when you're starting it, I call it the jerk phase of a business, where you got to do a little jerking. Like you got to do, you know, you got to get a couple of people because you still like you in wolf mode. Like you got to just, I got to keep lights on. This thing ain't off the ground, and I don't got unlimited resources to, you know, supplicate what I'm doing. I'm a shark right now. But when I get on my feet, I'm not going to shark. I'm going to take care of my people. This ain't going to be my way of life. This is just what I got to do to survive for a minute and keep this business surviving and going. And I was blessed because my man's like one of the cats I clicked up with down here in Augusta, you understand? He was just a ride or die dude, man. And so it wasn't really a jerk phase as much as it was, yo, I had a good one with me, and he rolled with me, and me and him together built a dope ass bar. You know what I'm saying? He just was, yo, it's my man. He held me down, and so I was able to do my thing. And when things got tough for him or whatever was going on, we started prospering. Yo, that was, yo, what up? What you need? What you need? What you need? You good? What's going on? You know, that's how we did it. And I believe that is the mentality that cats that would have the audacity to jump in front of these white people and tell them about what he think they should be doing. You feel me? That's what he should have did for his own people. He should have been like, yo, son, I done built this thing. I'm good. My people's is good forever. My kids is good forever. You heard? If they screw this up, that's on them. There's no reason for me not to let you get what's yours so that you can build that same sort of legacy and wealth in your community so that we can expand this growth in our community. And to think otherwise, I can't call it, fam. I'm not going past judgment, but you feel, yeah, thank you. I just want to see if anybody's feeling where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I'm feeling exactly where you come from. Absolutely. And it's funny that I know you were on Wild Pitch and you were on Wild Pitch with Chill Rob G, and Chill Rob G didn't call out Stuart Fine by name, but TSK1 did have a conversation with Chill Rob G, and he echoed those same sentiments over that whole thing that he had with that song, The Power, and everything like that.
They did him dirty.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even fight for him. You understand? When Snap and them took his joint, they didn't even fight for this dude.
Yeah.
So he just took an L, fam. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine what it must feel like? Feel like, it's like I said, I'm not for the, cats be trying to front like their life is so perfect. And I'll be like, yo, I know you, son, your life ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? My life I have a beautiful life because my wife loves me and my kids, respect and adore me and my grandchildren love me. And, I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? And times be rough, but, I have a good life, but be that as it, in the essence of a good life. But can you imagine when it's like, when I'm struggling to figure out how I'm going to pay this electric? You dig? And I'm thinking, but for the fact that you stole my money, like, I earned that, fam. I made that, son. Like, I danced on the stage and did that, son. I wrote those rhymes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did that. I earned that. Could you imagine working at UPS for 20 years and the motherfuckers be like, nah, you ain't getting your pension. And you can't do nothing about it because a contract is only as good as your ability to enforce it. That's the other thing people don't understand. People think that just because you have a piece of paper signed, that means something. If I violate the terms, it's like if me and you loan me some money, you understand? And I'm like, all right, man, you come see me like, yo, son, I need that back. And I'm like, nah.
We had that conversation.
What you mean, nah?
We had that conversation too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be like, yo, what you mean, nah? You know what I'm saying? You ready to throw hands? And I'm like, nah, son, here this 9. You know what I'm saying? And my people's got the shotgun right here.
Yeah.
And now what? What you want? You said you wanted what?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can't enforce that, you just took an L.
Yeah.
It don't matter what paperwork you and I signed.
Yeah.
And when you think about these artists, fam, if I already got jerked from my publishing, not paying me my mechanicals because you just don't gotta, because what? What I'm gonna do? Go hire a Jewish lawyer? to go against the Jewish record label owner?
Right.
Or I'm gonna hire a lawyer when litigation costs at a minimum $75 an hour to go to litigate.
Yeah.
Or what? And then when you get with these cats, and I'm telling this because I know this from actual fact, you go to get with these cats, and these cats just talking about, just give me all the paperwork that you got. Give me, no man, I got knocked 20 years ago, son. I don't got none of this shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So I done moved 4 times since then. I don't know where that paperwork at.
4 times. We tried 15. You know what I'm saying?
You calling your peoples up like, yo, you still got that contract?
Yeah. Remember that box I had in the house?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, shit, we got rid of that shit 10 years ago.
And you know the record company's going to conveniently misplace it.
Conveniently misplaced.
Yeah, I mean,
and so if you can't enforce it, then like, what can you do other than just take an L?
Yeah.
And that's the lot of a lot of artists, man. So, what I would say is important for the listeners and everybody that cares about hip hop and be waxing poetic about their favorite artists and this day man and all of that. Like, when you see your peoples put out new music, that's what I was alluding to in that rant that y'all had played the other day, which I appreciate. Thank you for playing that. That made me smile, man.
That was important to me. When I heard that, just like as a mentor or a big brother, anybody that's checking you by some shit that you say you believe in, and that's what you was doing. Your words, all you did was throw your words, and your words was true. And I was like, you know what? I gotta stand behind those words.
I got a thing I say, no need to speak truth to power. No need to speak truth to liars. You got to speak truth to the troops scared to walk through the fire and show them what their heart desire. That their heart is desire and their mind is Messiah. And the fire ain't fire, it's freedom. And I'm here trying to free them. You understand? So what it all means is that ain't no point in speaking truth to power. Power already know the truth. That's why power and power.
Yeah.
And there ain't no point in speaking truth to liars. Liars sure as shit know the truth. That's why they ass is lying all the time. You understand? Who you got to speak truth to is you got to speak truth to the troops scared to walk through the fire. And what do that mean? I got to speak truth to everyday man and woman who's scared to walk through the difficulties in life that'll bring them to the freedom that life have for them. If they would only be brave enough to walk through it, but you got to let them know, fam, it's you the one, you're the one you looking for. You're the one you in search of all this, everything you looking for, everything you want to see change. You the person that's capable of changing this shit. It's just you got to be willing to walk through that fire and get there. And so I'm trying to share truth with cats because you got dope artists from back. Well, some of them are dope. What we finding now is a lot of cats that y'all thought was dope is some fucking garbage. Straight like that. And anybody can take that shit the way they want. They can see me on the track because I demo 90% of the cats that was rhyming in my era. I'd have demoed them back there. You know what I'm saying? Because I was demoing them. You know what I'm saying? When Washington Square Park, that where y'all out of? Because I'm just touring Philadelphia. So I don't know how familiar y'all are with like them backpacking days and Washington Square Park on the Lyric Slam shows and all that. Yo, we was putting in that work. Like a lot of cats that people be. I was tearing these niggas up, man. You understand? But we had the stigma of the UMC, so I got a chip on my shoulder. I cannot front, you know? And but a lot of these dudes is whack. Like how you was dope in 91, 2020 you whack. Would you get stupider all these years?
Yo, Kim, Sam is giving us the fingers, telling us that trying to wrap it up. So we're gonna get into your new joint that's out, demo music. I'm actually listening to that on Tidal. Where can we get your music at? Where can everybody get your music?
Y'all can hear all my joints on anywhere that they stream or download music. You can go to my websites directly, Kool Kim, umc.com, and you can download it directly there. That bread come directly to me, so please do. And of course, check for me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, Kool Kim _NY oil, you know what I mean? I'm always putting up dope content. I got my morning motivations every morning.
Yeah, I enjoy those. I enjoy those up in the mornings. Yeah,
I'll be up at like 5 in the morning trying to figure out what I'm gonna talk about. I'm like, what am I doing this shit about right now?
I'll be up too.
That's what's up. So when the new project comes up, man, we'll hit you back up and then we can talk about that. Sound good?
I make sure to send y'all that joint first.
Yeah.
And by first, I mean among the 10 people that I promised that I was sending first to. I ain't gonna fake jacks, you know what I mean? But I put like this real quick. LL Cool J, whenever he put out a project, he would start at Teddy Ted, Awesome True, Special K. Like he would go to all of those original radio shows that showed him love when he was just starting. And I think that was a very admirable thing. So I intend on doing the same whenever I put a project out. I will always be at y'all beck and call, man. Cause I appreciate y'all reaching out and showing me love, man. Cause y'all didn't have to do that, and I know what it's like not to get love. So thank you for that, man. For real, truly.
No problem, man. No problem.
We appreciate your availability.
Thank you for calling in, and we'll definitely get in touch with you soon, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Kool Kim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Peace.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delights podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack, manager extraordinaire. You know what I mean? Tell them where they can get at you, Chrissy Mack. You know what I mean? Just in case they don't know.
You could get at me. EIMGmedia.com is my official website. On Instagram, I am CMAC, C_EIMG. I do, this is what I offer people because you know that I get a lot of inboxes about people that want me to manage them. I manage 3 people already, so I don't have enough time in my schedule to manage any more people. But I can build you a website. I can build you a press kit for your press campaign. I could do admin work for you, such as like uploading, emailing, documents, spreadsheets, reports at an hourly rate. And I could do music business consulting, which is like teach you what you need to do about copywriting, ISRC codes, stuff like that. And I could do that at an hourly rate too. But full-on management...
Nah.
Yeah, I don't have enough time in my schedule.
Nah. You know what I mean? So
no, but I appreciate that everybody will pick me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I super appreciate that. So, but
Listen,
give me though if you need any of that other stuff, or refer me to anybody else that you know that may need that stuff.
Listen, when I get ready to drop my album, I'm gonna get you to manage me. You know what I mean? Fucking mixtape gonna be hot fire. You know what I mean? That fucking Bat. They gonna say you heard that new Bat shit? You know what I mean? What's the name of it? Bat shit.
There you go.
Oh man, sorry. We're gonna get into the artists of the week. Let me get some tunage first. You know what I mean? Before we even.
Which one you gonna play?
No yet. I mean, we can go.
That big one.
With Grammarly, you can find really good.
That ain't it. That's not
We
it.
got sponsors now.
That's not it. That's not it.
Can we get a check for that?
Yeah, I wish I needed a fucking check for that.
That'd be nice.
You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all, look, man, if y'all want to sponsor us, get at us, too, man.
Yeah.
If you got independent clothing brands, I mean, look, we'll wear your shit on the show.
You know what I mean? I'll wear it. I'm
I'll
gonna
wear it.
outfit my whole fucking family.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I
I
mean?
put my clips up on Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. Like, and then we on YouTube. We stream everywhere, so you get your brand out there. Put your information in the description box.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Artists of the week are the UMCs. Undisputed masters of charisma, UMCs are the hip-hop duo from the borough of Staten Island, New York. All right, we ain't going. I know Haas, G, and Kool Kim were the members of this group. Released a critically acclaimed full-length album, Fruits of Nature, in 1991, which garnered successful hits such as Blue Cheese and One to Grow On. I remember they used to play One to Grow On Power 99.
Man, that was my shit.
yeah, that was the shit right there. That was like an actual, joint.
That was a good song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking about them, they like, even listening to that material recently, man, it's just, that shit was just fun.
Yeah. In 1994, the duo released a second album, Unleashed, Haj G under the name of Hassan, or Phantom of Beats, focused on production, mostly notable the number one hit by Lil' Kim featuring 50 Cent Magic Stick. Kool Kim reinvented himself as MC NY Oil. We just got finished talking to the brother and everything like that. You know what I mean? So TSK1, what did you think about the UMCs?
Like I said, UMCs was fun, man. They just like raw and rich, genuine like hip hop from, you know, what we said, like they was like in their teens, you know.
Yeah.
And when Kool Kim got on my radar, with him giving that rant about, you know, cats saying that, you know, that we you know, true hip hop is, but not really staying true to what some of these artists are like really, you know, continuously like currently putting material out. You know what I mean? That it puts things in a perspective that like these cats was in their teens. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And shit.
And we were
in
too.
our teens. You know what I mean? We old as fuck. You know what I mean? TSK1, what, you 50 now?
Oh, shit.
Sure?
Soon.
Listen, I'm right behind you.
Soon.
I'm chucking right behind you. You know what I mean?
Soon.
But, continue.
No, I mean, you know, we back and forth, like UMCs was the shit, man. Like just in terms of like fun, that was like some of the house party shit. You know how I've been like big on house parties.
Yeah,
lately.
he's trying to fucking rent out my fucking house.
Getting up and having fun. We don't have to have an actual house party, but we can lie.
Oh, actually, what we could do.
We could just have a conceptual, like a dollar party.
What we could do is, I mean, I still got the old house. You know what I mean? It's fucking empty. You know what I mean? To turn the whole motherfucker before I like do my renovations, we can do something there. I mean, that can be done. You know what I mean? I got the whole, you know what I mean? I got properties, you know what I mean? What the fuck, you know? Chrissy Mack, UMCs.
Shit.
What's up? You fucked with him?
Yeah, you fucking right. I fuck with the UMC.
UMC's the shit, yo.
The UMCs was the shit, man. I love it. I still got the tape, man. I was a super fan when it came out. And like I was telling Kim during the break on our show or whatever, I don't think a lot of people really understood the content in that tape. Like, yeah, it was fun, happy hip-hop, you could dance to it, stuff like that, but there was some real hidden knowledge in there. If you go back and listen to that tape, you'll hear the stuff in there. I mean, I was on it. That's one of the reasons why I liked it. Like we was talking about the NY Oil situation. Everybody's kind of got that duality within them. Very few have the courage to let it out. You know, we got a mission to complete. Everybody came here with a mission to complete, and we can't leave here until we complete that mission. Not everybody is brave enough to complete that mission. So shout out to him for doing what he got to do, saying what he got to say, getting that message out, regardless of the repercussions that come with it.
I remember the first time this tape, the first tape, Fruits of Nature, was one of the Johns that Black had like passed off to me on some like, yo, you need to get, and I think he gave it to me before the videos was even released, and he like gave it to me, and I'm like, all right, and I like sat it there, and then I remember watching. I remember the video came on, and I was telling him like, yo, you see that video, that blue cheese video, that joint is dope. He's like, yo, I gave you the tape. He's like, you already had the tape. I was a kid though, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah. So I went back and subsequently, and one of my favorite joints is this joint right here is Any Way the Wind Blows. This is one of my favorite joints on the album, and it's funny because we're making him Artist of the Week. You just was talking about dealing with him on Instagram and stuff like that. But I always make reference to the UMCs, especially around this house, when it comes to Aiden, because Aiden got that little haircut. You know what I mean? He has, and I was like, yo, you got a haircut like the UMCs with like that, and he didn't know. He's 10 years old. He don't know what the fuck the UMCs are. So I showed him the video, and I'm like, that's you. And a lot of these kids, this is coming back.
It is coming back.
You know what I mean? This is coming back. That whole style is coming back. And that, I mean, the content isn't always there. You know what I mean? But that comes from what we were talking about earlier with A&Rs and people being able to groom these kids, whatever like that, because the whole style is back. You know what I mean? You watch these UMC videos, that shit is back.
Yeah, it is.
It's here. You know what I mean? All the way full fucking fledged.
Top fade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Top.
One of my favorite songs on there was Never Never Land.
Never Never Land.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite songs on there too. But you know what though? The style come back. The reason why the content isn't back is because nobody's passing down the wisdom to these kids. A lot of people don't even have the wisdom themselves to pass down to these kids. So the ones that do have it have a job to do out here.
Yeah.
We gotta teach the babies, as my friend Someone would say.
And this one right here, this is off Unleash, and Unleash was a lot more. Not, I don't want to go as far as say gritty, but it was grittier than Fruits of Nature and everything like that. But I was listening.
Shit was changing, like shit, as Kool Kim mentioned, he alluded to, like shit was like changing over.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But this was dope. This was what 1993, 1994. This was right on par with anything else that was going on out that time. You know what I mean? And he said they was mashing dudes back in the day. But this is a dope joint, man.
Staten Island too.
Yeah, Staten Island, man. Fucking UMCs, blue cheese. Like I said, when I remember they used to play One to Grow on the actual radio.
I still play it, yo. If I turn my phone on right now, in my playlist, you will see UMC is in my playlist on my Spotify.
Because it was a big hit, I'm quite sure the radio still plays it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't listen to the radio regularly.
Yeah, you'll still catch it on like a mix.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You still catch it on a mix or whatever like that. But both of the projects was dope. If you get a chance to check out both of these projects, make sure y'all go back and check out Unleash and Fruits of Nature. Check out Kool Kim's new joint, Demo Music, and he got some more joints he's gonna be killing to us. You know, I'm sending to us soon. You know what I mean? So shout out to the UMCs.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Let me get it.
Get out. I don't love you. That delegation sample from Old Honey.
All right.
Real like donut box shit.
We're gonna get into Drake. You love the Drake? Gotta love the Drake.
I'm not a great fan of the Drake.
Gotta love the Drake.
I don't hate the Drake. I don't hate the Drake.
You don't hate the Drake?
I don't hate the Drake, but I'm not a terrible fan of the Drake.
You love the Drake?
Now, see, this is what I got to say about Drake, right? I only knew him from the radio hits, but then somebody played like his raps, like his battle raps. He could rap.
Oh, he can rap.
He could rap. I didn't know that side of him.
Yeah, nigga can rap.
Yeah.
Like I remember when that whole Meek thing was going on or whatever the case may be, and people was, I mean, and I know he got people to collaborate on songs with him because he loves to do that kind of shit, but the nigga can rap. I've listened to albums of his, and I be like, whew.
Right.
like the nigga can rap. I mean, he ain't no slouch. You know what I mean? But he's actually partnering with Caffine to bring battle rap to streaming platform.
And Caffine is?
Caffine is, where is that?
It's a social media platform. I actually have been seeing a lot in my feed of the battle rappers posting their profile on there, and it made me go to the website because I was like, what is this Caffeine? What's this new thing that I am not up on yet?
Yeah.
So I went to the site and I seen it's a streaming platform for entertainment, and they're bringing battle rap to that, which I think is amazing. Yeah. Because unless you're actually into the battle rap scene, you don't really know where to find it. You don't know when the battles are coming up. You don't know what's going on unless you're following these battle rappers and subscribe to their channels.
That's a realm of hip hop that I totally don't know anything about.
It's changed a lot.
I know, like, I remember from back on the tapes.
Yeah.
With Meek Mills and the Rain Man and all that kind of stuff. That's what I remember, but now it's done changed into a whole forum. And my introduction to that was watching like Murder Mook, Loaded Lux and stuff like that, little clips that I would see on social media, but I still didn't know. Like, they got like pay-per-view things.
Oh, most definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, that shit is huge.
It's a big deal. And the bank, what's at stake?
Mm-hmm.
It's big.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So, I mean, with him partnering with Caffeine to bring that to a platform, it would bring it to a lot more people. Me and TSK1 could sit and actually watch stuff like that, as opposed to, like, you know what I mean, trying to find it. Like, you got to try to find
you
it.
See it after the fact on YouTube.
What do you mean, how they going to
I'm curious, and not that you would know, but I mean, I'm curious, no different than what, you know, the current shit is, right? But I'm wondering how they going to relegate it, because, like, I mean, me personally, I think it's kind of corny when, like, a contestant got to keep singing the last line over again. That's just phony to me.
Well, that's the whole change of it now. You know what I mean?
It's just like,
I know you don't like, because me and you come from a different era.
Yeah.
Of battling, where you battle the motherfucking. Now it's more pageantry.
It's more spoken word.
It's more spoken word and pageantry. I remember Loaded Lux showed up to the fucking battle in a suit and a casket for the fucking MC he was battling. Like it was a whole fucking production now. You know what I mean?
It's theatrical.
It's theatrical, and it's a different ball game. And I mean, I think that this platform will help assimilate brothers like me and you that ain't necessarily into it. You know what I mean? To be able to see certain things, say, okay, I get that. That's kind of cool. That was a good battle, you know what I mean? The case because now you don't even, like, I think Cassidy battled down at the TLA a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago.
Couple months ago.
Something like that. And you had to go to the TLA. I'm not going to the TLA to watch a battle. I'm not going to the TLA to watch a concert. I don't stand up at concerts no more. I don't know about all of you. My knees are shot. And if I can't sit, I need to go to, like, the fucking, what's the joint out in the park? The Dell? And watch the Spinners and shit like that, and sit down and have a fucking drink and watch the Temptations and the Spinners and all them motherfuckers up in there. That's what I go. That's the kind of concerts I go to. But
Enchantment.
Yeah, but having a platform where you can watch battle rap online streaming it's a good move for Drake, and he loves that shit.
And he would be the one to be able to do that for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get them on a major platform like that. They probably wouldn't have been able to do that themselves.
You know something that's crazy is it's amazing. Like when you was talking about like you didn't know Drake, you only knew him from his radio shit, and then you didn't know like. But it's a lot of people that are into that battle circuit. That I remember
it's a whole culture.
I remember I was watching one of those battles, and it was the Loaded Lux one when he was battling. I think it was Calico or something like that. And
I think I seen that one.
Yeah, that was the one when he was talking about when he was sunning him. Like, but if you watch the video in the like rafter, not the rafters, like up in the seats,
It'd be other rappers. And shit.
It was Diddy and Busta.
Yeah.
Well, up, and I'm like, they were there. You know what I mean? This is P. Diddy. This is somebody, he didn't got to show up for that show. You know what I mean? But he wasn't like front row. He was up in the
room.
Yeah, he was in the he was there, and he was like, yeah, you know what I mean, going in like that shit is when you like, and people like to people like to paint people with a certain brush as far as industry is concerned. And I remember I had a conversation with this dude online that was like y'all niggas, too many niggas is industry. Too many niggas talking industry on this points and stuff like that. When hip hop is in the streets, and real motherfuckers that's in the hip hop will get in. You might be in the industry, but you'll go down in the shit to get that fix because you have to. That's the only way you're gonna get that hip hop fix. You're not gonna get it at being an executive and stuff like. You got to go down there to the shit. That's why I applaud guys like Drake and the guys like Diddy who don't necessarily. They don't have to do that. They can send an intern and say, "Yo, what do you say?" Leo wasn't there. You know what I mean? He wasn't there, but them dudes, because he don't love that shit like that. You gotta love that shit. You gotta love battles. You gotta love, like when we went to that with the Red Zone and we saw fucking the Cellar Dwellers and all them motherfuckers, and we was up in there and they was smoking. They was smoking some weed. It smelled like the weed smelled like Guido.
Fucking like
it smelled like somebody. It smelled like they took
dead bodies.
They looked like it smelled like a mule had ate the weed and then shit it out.
I smelled that kind before.
They dried it out. Then a cow ate it. You know what I mean? Then he shit it out. And then they dried that out. And then they rolled it up and smoked it. That's what that shit smelled like. That shit stank. That shit stank. But it was dope. It was a dope atmosphere. And it was so hot in the party, they was throwing water on the crowd. Like bottles of water. And you could see the steam coming up off the crowd. That's how hot it was, but I loved it.
I remember that night.
I loved it. We ain't getting the crib till like 4 a.m. Shit like that.
That night was.
It was epic, bro. It was epic shit. You know what I mean? So shout out to Drake for bringing that, for even initiating something like that. You know what I mean? We want to get into this Iowa rapper with the whiskey? You hear about that?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was kind of interesting. I didn't know who was really like involved in it.
I know Bootsy was supposed to be involved with it. Green Lantern supposed to be involved with it. Would you like to taste it?
I would.
Says a prohibition.
It's a rye whiskey, which is a different. It's a different grade or a different process in how rye whiskeys are produced, just in terms of the grains that's used.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would definitely like to try that. I was like, when I read it say hip hop, how I say, whiskey.
Iowa rapper, brews and whiskey, or whatever the case may be.
I was like, now I don't think hip hop has anything to do with it, but with so many notable hip hop, personalities, people who are instrumental or involved in hip hop, being involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah, well, and it's cool to see it go into a different direction other than like champagnes and cognacs and vodkas and stuff like that going into a whiskey.
That's a new wave. I mean, don't Chill Moody got a beer?
Yeah, shit. Chill, yeah. We got to get Chill Moody on the motherfucking show. You know Chill Moody?
You know what? I was one of his first fans. I don't have his personal contact information because he blew up.
Yeah, he big now. You know what I mean? But Chill Moody, he got his own beer and stuff like that. We actually did taste tests on the show. Mm-hmm. They should be bringing out another batch sometime soon. I still got a couple cans.
I could reach out.
Yeah, you can always reach out. Shout out to Chill Moody. Shout out to Philadelphia rappers. We're going to be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Chrissy Mack. Yeah, you know I mean, but yeah, I would definitely taste that whiskey. Yeah, I got some whiskey.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack by my side as always. Shout out to J. Cole. Just inked the deal with Puma. You know what I mean?
Fresh Pumas.
Yeah, you know what I mean? J. Cole has been tapped to be the latest Puma ambassador. The sports apparel giant announced Thursday, which was the 13th, the partnership with the Dreamville leader. You know what I mean? So he should be having a new pair of Pumas out there. You gonna grab them J. Cole Pumas TSK1?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But who is some of the? Nah, I'm just not into it. But
I see you got your Puma on.
This is old shit. This is. You know
but who is some of the other I know that like old school artists, because I remember Cash Money had those special Clydes, them joints. And it was like
I know Rihanna was doing a big thing with Puma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She had that whole Fenty thing going on and everything. But
sponsorship is the way to go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why I said shout out to. I mean, J. Cole is out silently.
I think
making
Tribe Called
moves.
Quest. They had Tribe Called Quest. Clydes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a different.
Shit,
team.
Wu got a pair of Clarks. They got a couple pairs of Clarks. They got a couple pair of Clarks. You ain't see the Wu Clarks?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That was a no-brainer. They had to do that. And you know what I mean? What the fuck? You know what I mean? The whole reason I bought it, well, not the whole reason, 98% of the reason I got a pair of Clarks, because fucking Ghost and them was talking them up. I seen them back in the day, but it was them that made me say, here you go. You know what I mean? I got 3 pairs. You know what I mean? Shout out to J. Let me get J. Cole a little round of applause.
I never had the Clarks. I had the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. I remember you had those Johns.
Yeah.
I got a pair of brown Johns, and I got a pair of them sand, them tan joints or whatever. But yeah, so shout out to J. Cole, Puma, and everybody over there. You know what I mean? Did y'all see the fucking let me get some before we even get into it. Seriously, because I need to get some fucking theme music real quick. Everything has a fucking theme to it. Where is it at? There you go. Because this shit, when I saw this shit, and I was like, I wasn't even going to talk about it. And then I was like, no, we're going to talk about this dumb shit. I was scrolling through the Adidas, I was scrolling through I'm always on the Adidas website. It's an addiction. I remember Nikki was gonna buy me a pair. I'm like, please don't buy me any Adidas, please, because I got too much shit going on. I got shit that I ain't even unpacked. But here we go.
I brought you some Superstar 2020s, but I know that's not what you're talking about.
Hey, Adidas, we need a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Holla at us.
They're selling laceless shell toes now.
Yeah.
They're selling them.
Ain't that some shit?
What the fuck is that about?
Ain't that some shit?
And you know the crazy thing about it is, they cost more than the regular ones with the laces. These are $90. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
And Running D.
No, they ain't getting a cut of that. They ain't getting a cut of that. They ain't getting. I seriously doubt if Run and DMC are getting a fucking cut of that at all.
I mean, they had the contract back in the day, but it's some shit. It's like now they just go make.
Is this cultural appropriation?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, it's like it is, man. It's just like they're just gonna take the fucking shoe.
Well, it's their shoe.
They could do what they want.
Shoe.
They could do what they want, but it's like.
Chrissy, did you see it?
Did
you see it?
Yeah,
Are you gonna grab a pair? I know you don't like shell. You can't wear shell toes.
You know what? I know that's the thing. I did have one pair of Adidas in my life, and I bought it because it was part of the culture, and I just had to own a pair of shell tops. So that was just like something to check off my bucket list. I'm small, but I have a wide foot, y'all, so I can only wear certain types of shoes.
I had a couple pairs of shell tops, and I never wore them without any laces. I wore them with fat laces.
But
I never wore them without laces in them. But this shit is. I'm wondering if they just took. They gotta have some kind of
they go to probably be stitched.
Yeah, on the inside where it stays on your foot. It just can't be. They could have just took the laces out and say, "Here you go."
Like the Timberlands.
Well, maybe they just expect you to buy the fat laces and put them in.
You know, like the Timberlands for example, how the tongue is like attached to the side.
Yeah.
Just
Up to a
automatically
point.
fold over
Right.
Yeah.
after your first couple times.
But not like this particular style of shoe where the tongue comes all the way up. That tongue is going to be stitched like halfway.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Something like that.
That's
So
what.
it's not.
But it's still got lace holes in them.
I wore Tim's without laces one time before.
I ain't buying that shit.
It still got lace holes in them though. Like, look at them.
So you can put laces in them,
Right. So you can put your own in there.
but it still costs more than
It
a
still
regular
costs
shoe.
more than a regular fucking shoe.
That is cultural.
Now I don't
appropriation.
understand
Yeah,
that.
that's some
I don't understand
bullshit.
that. But see, when I worked at Foot Locker, I used to work at Foot Locker back in the day, and when we worked there,
Me and Chrissy worked everywhere.
Yeah.
You damn
Yeah.
sure right, yo.
Everywhere.
That's like when people come up to me and be like, "Where I know you from?" I'm like, "You tell me, man. I have been everywhere."
Yeah.
So our job was to have a multi-sell. Like if we didn't sell 2 things to every customer, like we was getting in trouble. So it's like we always had to sell
Laces
laces
with the
or
shoe.
cleaner. If they bought Tim's, we had to sell. So what I would do is I started this little fad of take the laces out and put different color joints in. And I was working in Jersey, right, at Echelon Mall. And so most of our clientele was coming from Camden. So once I started that little trend, I had everybody from Camden switching their laces out so that I could get the most.
So you mean to tell me you think Adidas is fucking selling you Adidas shell toes without laces so they can sell you laces?
It would make sense. Do they have on their website? Do they?
Yeah, they
sell
got
the
laces.
fat
Yeah, they got laces. I don't know if they got fat laces, but they got laces on here. Wow.
Now, I mean, I don't know if that's the concept behind it, but
I think it might be, but when I saw this shit, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, 'cause I'm a big time shell top dude, but I'm not buying. You're not gonna.
I'm not buying that.
You're not selling me. It reminds me of back in the day.
Nah.
I remember back in the day when people first started wearing like cut up jeans.
Yeah.
And the stuff like that, and then like designers was like
Used to
selling
purposely make,
like cut up jeans. And I remember like people like I was young, but I remember like people that were older than me couldn't fathom buying ripped up. You bought them ripped,
Right, yeah.
like you bought them ripped. Like what is that about? Like how you gonna buy a pair of jeans that got a hole in them? That makes no sense. That's what this is. It's like you bought a pair of shoes without laces in them. Like what the fuck is that about? That's crazy.
That shit's getting none of my money.
Man, you might as well just buy the regular ones and take the laces out.
yeah. So what's
But
different?
which I'm not gonna do,
is
'cause
there
I was never
is there
into that
any
shit.
difference between that and the other ones besides no laces? What's gonna make somebody buy those over the other ones that come with laces?
Like I said, I only think that the tongue being stitched in and being like, because if you wear them without laces now, you're not gonna be able to keep them on your feet. They'll
So
flip and
basically,
flop
you're
off.
saying so they'll be good for my son because he don't never like to tie his laces.
So you can just slide in.
For people like that.
So they're like slide-ons, and they'll probably have like a little like what is that? Not Velcro. What is that? Like elastic inside of the tongue area, or some shit like that.
like the kids.
I guess or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe, but I think
I don't know.
I think the tongues just might be stitched up too, like I was saying before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
something like that. But I'm not buying.
Ain't
You're not buying them
Hell no.
unless I got an endorsement.
The dopest shells I had before. Oh yeah.
If y'all gave the
I
rap
made 'em
lights an
shits.
endorsement, then we might change our tune. Them shits look good.
Some Adidas bags,
Yeah,
some
we
Adidas
get
hats,
feet up on the
sweatsuits.
Yeah,
I
damn
need, I
right.
need mine,
The whole lay.
tailored to fit.
I got Malachi Adidas sweatsuit.
Word.
Yeah, he ain't rock it yet. I put it on him a week ago, but we was going somewhere and it was like nah, you can't crush him with that yet.
The dopest
It got to be ready. It
shells.
got to be a nice photo shoot. You know what I mean?
The dopest shells I had was Superstar 2s. They had the puffy tongue, right? It was all brown. Man, I used to want to sleep with them shits on.
Yeah.
Them shits was just like, you can't stop looking at your feet. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
Them
You walk
joints
past-
sit.
You walk past the mirror, you be like, damn.
Them Johns sit. I got a pair of
Smiling at
Johns,
these shits,
these like snakeskin Johns that I grabbed like a couple years back. I only wear those. I used to only wear them on dates.
Just the stripes. Just the stripes.
and the back. The little on
Yeah,
the back
yeah,
side.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the
okay,
stripes
yeah,
of snakeskin. Yeah. They was dope. But you know what I mean? Well, Adidas gonna make a lot of money. They're gonna sell
remember
these
shit back in the day.
motherfuckers. They're gonna sell these motherfuckers to wannabes. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
And-
that's what they do. They ain't no different than the patent leathers and all the different flavors and shit.
Maybe the
Remember
young
that shit we
generation
used
is
to-
wearing them like that. I wouldn't know.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
patent leather
I don't know.
tons of shit like that.
But you know, hey, whatever y'all doing over there, Adidas, keep doing it. Y'all been doing it long enough. Electronica we talked about Jay Electronica releasing an album soon.
Finally coming out?
Well, they're saying that the album is done, but it's going to feature about 7 collaborations with Jay-Z.
Of course.
See? And y'all was hating on Jay. Y'all was hating, talking about some, I don't care about this album. Everybody that was on Facebook talking about, I don't give a fuck about this album.
Course.
Watch y'all post that shit up. Watch y'all post that shit up when it come out because it got Jay on it.
So
and I'm going to call y'all asses out on that shit.
Is that how it's getting it done? Because Jay-Z's going to finish it?
Yeah, I think that's what that's what I think. I think they just think he just had a bunch of like unfinished shit, and Jay was like, "Yo, dude, give me that. I want
email him Joy.
Yeah, let's finish this shit up, man. Let's wrap it up, B, because this is gonna be forever fucking with you." You know what I mean? That's what I think it was. I think Jay was just finally just tired. He's like, "Yo, come on." You know what I mean? Let's get this shit done. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you know what I mean, we can get you a fucking... I mean, it's been years. I heard Jay Electronica back in, like, early 2000s.
Before I had my son. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? We don't know the situation. We don't know if he got shoved, if shit was happening, if there was weird
He was
shit going
fucking around with that Rothschild chick.
Yeah,
that's what he was doing.
All right, look.
He was fucking around with that Rothschild chick.
We don't know.
And
I'm a fan, and I'm excited for this. That's all I'm going to say.
Listen.
And when that shit drop and it's
Jay,
fire...
I want it to be fire.
It's going to be fire.
And I hope it, and I'm sure it will be.
I don't think he could fuck it up at this point.
But I'm just saying that if he wasn't messing around with that Rothschild chick over there, I know what you was thinking, Jay Electronica. You said, "Hey, I got a big score over here. I ain't got to put out no records." Did you see him with that Rothschild chick?
No, I actually haven't.
I'll show it to you. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up on the fucking on this episode. Y'all can see it, but I'm gonna show it to you later on when we drinking.
Right,
you know what I mean? Yeah. He was hanging out. They was a couple.
Fighting for
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it, but I can't remember seeing no pictures of it.
And niggas be talking about Jay-Z or the Illuminati. That nigga up there with a Rothschild.
I can't see myself getting excited about it till it's out.
Yeah,
until it's out and y'all motherfuckers say, "Did you hear it?"
Yeah, because I'm gonna be waiting for it.
Other than that,
be waiting. This is something I'm gonna be waiting for.
Yeah, because I can't see it being whack, but I'm just saying we waited long enough, and I just don't. We waited all this time. I don't want to hear half the songs with Jay-Z on them though. That's me.
That's kind of
You right, but if that's what it took to get this out.
But I mean, I hope Jay is just like doing like hooks, you know what I mean, or something. Like Jay-Z on the hook, or something like that.
Like, because that's how you got it done.
Because it's like, I mean, you better have it like you. If Jay-Z is on 7 songs, they're saying 7 songs.
That's a lot.
If Jay-Z is on 7 songs, I'm gonna need Jay Electronica to be putting out like 25 songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? If Jay-Z is on 7 of them,
be a double album.
Yeah. If Jay-Z is on 7,
equivalent to a double album.
If Jay-Z is on 7 in the motherfuckers, I remember motherfuckers was raking Nas through the cold when Illmatic came out because he had. Halftime was on there, which was already a single on a soundtrack. Mm-hmm. He had the joint with AZ. You know what I mean?
Life's a Bitch.
Life's a Bitch. And other than those 2 songs, it was only like 8 songs. Yeah. You know what I mean? On Illmatic. And I mean, I loved Illmatic, but it wasn't a lot of songs. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, and they raked him through the coals for that. So, Jay Electronica comes out and he got 10 songs and 7 of them got Jay-Z on them. It's not really a fucking Jay Electronica album, really. It's a collaboration album. If he's on, I just hope that it's a big body of work. I know you waiting regardless.
J and J.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. But, I mean, whatever.
Right, Gweet?
Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
They coming out as a group, you know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
I don't see that happening.
Nah.
2 J's.
Yeah, the 2 J's. But, I mean, if Jay Electronica got something dope, you know what I mean, coming out, I'm here for it. You know what I mean?
JJ.
Yeah. Got anything else? We ain't got nothing else.
Electric Jay-Z.
Anything happening in the news? Nothing else. All right. Shout out to Kool Kim.
Shout out to Kool Kim. Peace.
Calling in, talking to us, giving us some knowledge.
Some serious wisdom.
Some serious wisdom and knowledge over here, you know what I mean? That's dope. Shout out to my brother TSK1, artist. You know what I mean? The artist formerly known as Tisk1.
Shit.
Shout out to manager extraordinaire Chrissy Mack.
Y'all got a few shout outs real quick.
Go ahead.
Y'all just want to shout out to all the DJs that's rocking our music straight up, especially the Big Brick project that we released, man. Like, we just need to get that music out there.
What's the name of the Big Brick project?
New York Weekend 3, Rotterdam. We love it. Album comes fire.
Shout out to that. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Everybody talking in the comment section, or if you're not talking in the comment section, you should be talking in the comment section.
I never see any comments when I go look at the.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I talk on there sometimes. People come on there. Even if you're gonna go in there and heckle us, heckle. Fuck it, you know what I mean? All corny.
Did y'all say I got heckled one time?
Yeah,
Then I get,
dude came at your neck about Eminem.
No, I
He
was
said Eminem is the greatest.
Miss Smith got hate mail.
think
Oh
he-
yeah, Miss Smith got hate mail. We need more of that.
I don't think he came at me like that.
Yeah, go back and read it. I think he came at your neck. I was trying to
He's
defend
like,
you.
why you so mad?
He said, "Why he so mad? He don't like Eminem. Eminem's the white savior of hip hop."
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
I don't remember reading that.
That's the tone of it.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was kind of.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Eminem, did y'all hear about the Big Daddy Kane equation to Kobe Eminem thing that was going on?
And who said this?
Big Daddy Kane.
I did,
Yeah,
and I
Big Daddy-
seen it. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, Big
that was
Daddy
my
Kane.
reaction.
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane had made a statement that
I don't know
Eminem
about
is the
all
Kobe Bryant of this generation, or whatever the case
I
may
don't
be.
know about all that. I don't know about all that, Kane.
I'm sure-
Why would why
And he elaborated on it, you know what I mean?
Why would
Basically saying that, you know, I mean, people were saying that Big Daddy Kane was the Dr. J of rap, and that Jay-Z was like the Jordan of rap, and then
man.
like
You know,
he was
when
quoting.
people that try to be or articulating over explaining shit.
Yeah, and I think he was like, and a lot of
Like, that
times,
makes
like
no sense.
when these, and
I fucks with Kane, but I don't fuck with that.
I fuck with Kane, but the thing is, in Kane's defense, a lot of times it don't be the person who, because he was in the interview. It's not the artist necessarily. It's the motherfucker that's interviewing him with shitty questions. You know what I mean? And because it came on the heels of the whole Kobe Bryant thing, and he was basically saying, you know what I mean, he was trying to equate, and like he just kind of like put him on the spot or whatever like that. And then when he subsequently talked about it again, he was saying, you know what I mean, Eminem was one of the, like, as far as that generation was concerned, was one of the greatest like lyricists out there, whatever like that. And then he like kind of like, if he was talking about influence, lyrics, songs, and influence, he was like giving it the Fab or whatever the case may be. But either way, you know what I mean? It was just like these people that interview people. Like I'm not an interviewer.
I know how they do it. They basically edit the interview whenever it's printed or whatever. They print pretty much what they want, to be put out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
basically tailoring.
Yeah.
How to interview.
So it's not. I mean, I'm not gonna rip BDK a new one because of that. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. I just thought it was funny. You know what I mean?
It is funny.
Like Kobe Bryant. Oh, I'll say that. I was talking motherfuckers on the little. You know, I'm always in them groups busting grooves and shit like that. I was like, he's more like the Larry Bird. You know what I mean? Larry Bird was a hell of a basketball player. Yeah. He had a fucking 3-pointer out this world.
Chris Mullin.
You know what I mean? What was mad? Like motherfuckers was offended. I'm like, why? Because he white. I'm like, yeah, because he white. And Larry Bird was dope. Larry Bird was awesome. For a white guy,
Mike Jaminski.
He was dope for a white guy in a sport that black guys was dominating. Right, Greedo? That's what he was. He was awesome for a white guy in a sport that black people was dominating. Eminem is awesome for a white guy that's dominated by black guys. You know what I mean?
He can really rap.
Yeah, he can rap his ass off.
rap.
You know what I mean? But I'd rather listen to Jay Electronica whenever his album comes out. Oh man,
That and demo music.
yeah, damn right. Shout out to Kool Kim. All right, we gonna get out of here. I smell chicken. Y'all smell it?
It do smell.
I might start eating chicken.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna catch y'all next week. Rap Delites podcast, organic hip hop commentary, no gossip, no cultural appropriation. We catch y'all next go round. Peace.
Peace.
I mean, got an ice cream.
Rap the light.